Welcome back. This week, two top Sarasota city officials attended the National League of Cities in Washington, D.C. And as ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo tells us, much of what was discussed in the nation's capital could translate into important changes here on the Suncoast.
It was a national conference discussing everything from changes to national health care to President Trump's consideration of eliminating grants designed for community development.
That is a very critical and important funding for us here in the city and the county of Sarasota County. These programs fund the revitalization of our low-income neighborhoods in areas of the community. They help with infrastructure projects in those areas.
City Manager Tom Barwin, one of two city officials who attended, says the loss of funding would be crucial due to city funds helping with the Chronic Homeless Initiative.
In moving funds gradually into mental health, substance abuse, and housing programs. So it would be a critical loss to us at this very important time. So we shared that with our senators and our congresspeople and our colleagues.
Sarasota Mayor Willie Shaw also represented. It gave both the opportunity to meet with State Representative Vern Buchanan and Senator Bill Nelson to discuss the importance of these federal funds to the local infrastructure, as well as the opioid epidemic.
Cities have to figure out a way. How do we pay for the Narcan? How do we determine the health care for those individuals who are addicted?
And with what they gathered from their trip to the Capitol, they believe exchanging ideas is part of helping the city grow over time.
When we are able to learn from other cities in these conversations and in these meeting places, we grow.
Commissioners will attend a similar meeting on the state level next week in Tallahassee. The goal? Presenting city issues to the state, discussing solutions. Reporting in Sarasota, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Dwayne. Suncoast Congressman Vern Buchanan will answer questions from area residents at a big town hall tomorrow. The meeting will be held at the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall in Sarasota. The original location was at an auditorium at New College of Florida, but officials were worried people would have been turned away because of limited seating. The Van Wezel, however, can hold 1,700 people. Buchanan is expected to discuss health care, tax cuts, and any other issues that the public wants to talk about. The open forum will begin at 11 a.m. An Inglewood woman is charged with DUI after crashing into a sheriff's office cruiser at a red light. 61-year-old Barbara Boyle was arrested last night. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office says she ran her car into one of their cruisers at the intersection of Inglewood Road and Inglewood Isles Parkway just before 9 o'clock. Boyle was still behind the wheel of her running car when DUI unit deputies arrived. A breath test revealed her blood alcohol content was more than twice the legal limit. The deputy involved in the crash was not seriously injured. The Sarasota Police Department is welcoming 6 new officers. Today, Chief Bernadette DePino held a swearing-in and a promotional ceremony. Friends and family were there to support the 6 new officers, as well as 1 officer who was promoted to sergeant.
It's important to recognize the officers, get them sworn in, and then have their family and friends here to be able to share in that celebration because they're being part of a family, the Sarasota Police Department family.
Of the officers sworn in today, 3 are men and 3 are women. Congrats to them. The gates are open and the fair fun has begun. It is opening day of the Sarasota Agricultural Fair. We know it often as the Sarasota County Fair. This year you will find tons of rides, games, animals, arts, crafts, live entertainment, 2 stages, and an endless amount of famous fair food. You know, fried butter and everything. It's just sad that Bob's not here today because he'd be eating that fried butter. Admission is $8 for adults, $4 for kids 6 to 17, and kids 5 and under are free. This is the fair's 81st year. We talked to a few of the first fair goers on why they just keep coming back.
We've been coming out to this fair for 40 years since we moved to Sarasota, and we enjoy it every minute of it.
We came out to see the animals and all the stuff that you can see. It's better than like almost any fun activity you could do other than a, what's it called? The amusement parks. There you go.
What's it called? This is kind of like an amusement park, like a mini version. You have plenty of time to check out the fair. It ends a week from Sunday on March 26th. And Wendy, the weather could not be more perfect for the fair.
Oh my goodness, isn't it gorgeous out there? We've got that low humidity, low dew point, nothing but clear skies. It's just the perfect day to be outdoors. And we are looking at those continued clear skies. We don't have anything out in the Gulf. We have nothing in the Atlantic that is coming our way. So we're going to continue to see beautiful weather all through the evening hours. Temperatures will be in the 60s, dropping down to about 56 degrees by 11 o'clock. So already we know it's going to be a warmer start to the day tomorrow than it was today. We're looking at our temperature dropping down into the 50s and 40s, and then we're going to be warming up so nicely for tomorrow. We're going to get back up into the mid 70s once again. It's just going to be gorgeous. Right now it's 72 and plenty of sunshine, and we'll let you know how the rest of the weekend is shaping up. That's coming up in a little bit. Haley?
Thank you, Wendy. EMT workers and firefighters in New York are mourning the loss of one of their own tonight. An EMT was killed when an emotionally disturbed person stole her ambulance. ABC's Maggie Rulli is in New York with more on how she's being honored as a hero.
Oh, yo, an ambulance ran over this guy.
A medic run over and killed by her own ambulance after the vehicle was carjacked in New York City. The victim, Yadira Arroyo, a 44-year-old mother of 5 and a 14-year veteran of the FDNY.
She was an amazing person. She was a single mother. She put herself through EMT school.
Her family on the force mourning the loss. The ordeal began last night. Arroyo and her partner Monique Williams get out of their vehicle to confront a man who's riding on the back of their ambulance. That's when he jumps past them and into the driver's seat, speeding away. An eyewitness describes the scene as total chaos.
And she tried to go back to the vehicle to drag him out. And it's like seconds, and he just reversed the car so hard and slammed her.
Williams is heard nearby, screaming, "My partner." Onlookers racing to the scene jump on the driver and hold him down until police arrive.
A lot of heroism was on display today amidst a real tragedy.
The alleged carjacker, 25-year-old Jose Gonzalez, has been arrested 31 times.
I ain't do nothing.
He's now in police custody and has been charged with murder. Arroyo's colleagues and family now remembering her as a hero.
She died doing what she loved. She died protecting her partner.
Her colleagues at the FDNY are honoring Arroyo as well, marching today in the St. Patrick's Day Parade carrying this banner in her honor. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
Flint, Michigan is getting $100 million from the government to recover from the water crisis. The Environmental Protection Agency awarded the city the grant. It will go toward replacing the lead service lines and improving the city's infrastructure. Cost-cutting measures in the city led to the tainted drinking water that contained lead and other toxins. This EPA grant comes just days after President Trump released a $1.1 trillion budget that calls for massive cuts to the EPA. Now to new details on a security breach at the White House last Friday. According to a Secret Service source, a man who jumped the White House fence was on the grounds for about 15 minutes before being caught. President Donald Trump said the arrested suspect, 26-year-old Jonathan Tran, was disturbed. The source says Tran set off multiple alarms when he trespassed White House grounds, but security failures allowed him to bypass other sensors. Secret Service officials are now conducting a formal mission assurance review of this incident. And still to come on your Suncoast News, injuries inside of nurseries, why parents should do some extra research on certain products before they go shopping.
Hi, I'm Linda Carson. Coming up, we'll take you for a preview of The Little Foxes.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
In town, on the town, The Mark offers landmark living in the center of everything you love about Sarasota. Priced from the 700s, spacious residences and elevated club-level amenities create a private oasis in the sky. Promenade shopping and dining put the best of downtown downstairs. Sales gallery open daily at the corner of Pineapple and State Street just south of Main. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by Coulter.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
I won Cash for Life from the Florida Lottery! So I get $1,000 a day every day for the rest of my life. Day 1, bought a pony, we're best buds. Day 7, this is crazy! Another day, another grand. This one's on me. Then Mom said, better save some. And another grand, share the love. I don't even play this thing, but I got a bunch. And another grand, and another grand, another grand, another grand. Let's do it again tomorrow.
With a prize of $1,000 a day for life, the new Cash for Life draw game is your ticket to a grand day every day.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
We're still in high season here on the Suncoast, and local entertainment venues continue to roll out their big guns. Tonight is opening night at the Oslo Rep for Little Foxes. ABC 7's Linda Carson has a preview.
Two-time Tony-winning director Frank Galati says The Little Foxes is a play that cuts to the bone.
It strikes a nerve which is as tender and sensitive today as it was in 1939 when the play first premiered on Broadway.
Lillian Hellman, when she wrote it, described it as an angry comedy.
It's a story about 3 siblings in the Hubbard family. Tracy Michael Arnold plays Regina.
They were merchants, and they worked themselves up in society, took advantage of opportunities, and also had a little shady dealing to get to where they are. Have an opportunity to make a conglomerate with a Chicago company that has a lot of money.
But to make that money, they have to build a cotton mill in their rural Alabama cotton field.
They have the opportunity to go from very wealthy to exorbitantly wealthy. And that's kind of what drives the play. Watching 3 siblings try to scrap for who gets the most.
They say the theme is still relevant today.
It's about the relationship between capitalism and racism. It's about the use and abuse of other humans and animals.
And yet somehow...
And it's very funny, really funny. So for every sharp barb that comes out of our mouth, something hilarious comes out as well.
But it carries a powerful message.
It couldn't be a more passionate indictment of the sins and the crimes of those obsessed with greed.
The Little Foxes opens at the Oslo Rep on Friday night and goes through April 15th. Theater at its best. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Linda. Now let's head over to Wendy.
Well, this is weather at its best. We had just a couple of passing clouds early this morning as we look across over at Sarasota Bay, and you can see what an absolutely gorgeous day it has turned into. And we are expecting to see this kind of weather staying with us for the next 24 to 48 hour period. So that is wonderful. And we're looking at temperatures in the 60s today across the northern part of the state. We saw some 60s and low 70s. As we moved into central Florida, temperatures were kind of just a little off of that, mostly into the mid-70s, and then farther on down the state, at least on the west coast, we saw our temperatures very close to 80 degrees in Fort Myers and Naples. But our readings today mostly in the 70s. As you moved farther towards the east and down to the south in Punta Gorda, we saw a temperature reading of 76 today. It was just one of those spectacular days with all of that dry air sitting on top of us, so we don't have to worry about any moisture developing. We're not going to be seeing any rain, nothing coming at us from the Gulf or the Atlantic. Things are just going to stay on the quiet side for the next couple of days. What we had were just a couple of high, thin clouds across the central part of the state. They moved off towards the east, and now we have nothing but sunshine out there, and we're going to continue to see clear skies all the way through the overnight time period. So it's just going to be beautiful. And then we start to see by tomorrow a little bit of a shift in the winds, with those winds more coming out of the northeast. And so that's going to allow some of this moisture to move on to the east coast of Florida. But there's so much dry air aloft that we're not going to see it moving over to the west coast. A little bit of cloud cover down to the south. But again, we're going to stay on the quiet side for this weekend. We do have a cold front moving down the state, and that frontal system will come on through, but again, it is so dry that we're not expecting to see any showers coming out of it, and we're going to get maybe a passing cloud that comes on through, but mostly it will be a sunny day. So that cold front right now is situated across the Tennessee Valley, and it is going to be moving on down the state, and as it gets closer to us, those rain chances just fall apart because it's just so dry, and that high pressure system will continue to build behind it, and that's going to allow for a reinforcement of the cool, dry air that we're experiencing. But again, it's going to be more in the way of 70s. So that's what we're going to be seeing over this weekend. So mild weather for this weekend ahead. The mild temperatures, we're going to see our readings mostly in the low to mid 70s all weekend long. And then it's going to be a great opportunity to get outdoors, go to the fair, go to the beach. It doesn't matter where you go. It's just going to be great outside. And as we head off to the beaches for this weekend, we're looking at winds coming in out of the northeast, 5 to 10 knots, seas 1 to 2 feet. It'll be a moderate chop out on the bay and inland waters. We've got the temperature at the beach, 76 degrees, and keep in mind you still have to bring the sunscreen along, because even with this drier feel out there, it's still very potent sun, so we could get scorched with all the sunshine we're going to see. And the Gulf water temperature is 71 degrees. We're going to see our temperatures dropping down into the 50s tonight, but it will be clear and chilly, and we get that cool start to the morning, but then we're going to warm up to a high of about 75 degrees on Saturday. Our 7-day forecast is showing that it is going to be spring-like, even though the official start of spring is on Monday. Those temperatures are going to be comfortable, and the conditions are going to be gorgeous all weekend long. Haley.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Wendy. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. No accidents right now, but I-75 is backed up in the northbound lanes, especially between Bee Ridge and Fruitville Road. The nursery is supposed to be the safest place for babies and toddlers, but a new report shows that many little ones suffer injuries associated with products aimed specifically at small children. A study published in the journal Pediatrics estimates that thousands of children under the age of 3 are treated yearly for injuries related to nursery products. Between 1991 and 2011, around 1.4 million children were sent to emergency departments. The products most commonly associated with injuries are strollers, cribs, and baby carriers. Experts suggest before buying baby items, you do the research, check for recalls, register the product, and read the manual. Tech company IBM plans to hire 2,000 U.S. veterans over the next 4 years as part of a big expansion plan. Company officials say that they hope to hire a total of 25,000 people over the next 4 years, partly for what it calls new-collar jobs, where a 4-year degree isn't necessarily required. IBM has also expanded a program to train vets in software used in defense and law enforcement industries. Entertainment news is next.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Join us for Sarasota Opera's 2017 Winter Festival, opening February 11th. Featuring Puccini's most famous opera, Madame Butterfly, Rossini's delightful comedy, The Italian Girl in Algiers, Poulenc's heartbreaking Dialogues of the Carmelites, and the medieval thriller The Love of Three Kings by Italo Montemezzi. Tickets are on sale now. Call 941-328-1300 or visit sarasotaopera.org.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPV.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Car experts and customers agree. There's a whole lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru was named the 2016 Best Overall Brand, Most Trusted, and Best Performance Brand by Kelley Blue Book. And ALG named Subaru its top mainstream brand for residual value for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month or get 0% financing during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Jennifer Garner is calling on Congress to do more to support early childhood education. The actress testified on Capitol Hill today in support of education programs for preschoolers in poverty. Garner says by investing in these programs, including Head Start, we can intervene in children's lives in time to make a difference. Garner is the mother of 3 and was testifying on behalf of the child advocacy group called Save the Children. Actress Amanda Seyfried is a married woman. Seyfried and her fiancé, actor Thomas Sadoski, shared the news on The Late Late Show with James Corden last night. Sadoski told Corden they eloped on Sunday with a loyal guest, their dog Finn. He also confirmed that Seyfried is pregnant with their first child. Miranda Lambert, Luke Bryan, Blake Shelton, and Keith Urban are just a few of the big names performing at this year's CMA Music Festival. The Country Music Association announced the lineup today. Additional performers include Chris Stapleton, Dierks Bentley, Eric Church, and Little Big Town. The festival takes place June 8th through the 11th in Nashville. Sounds like a fantastic time. Tickets are on sale now. Ed Sheeran is riding high on several charts. His song Shape of You is #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for a 7th week, and his new album Divide has debuted atop the Billboard 200. That puts the singer-songwriter #1 on the Billboard's Artist 100 chart, which measures sales, radio airplay, streaming, and social media interaction with fans. However you slice it, Sheeran is on top. Monopoly is debuting 3 new game pieces. Fans started voting online in January on which 8 tokens they wanted included in an upcoming version of the game. The votes have been tallied, and a golden T-Rex, a rubber ducky, and a penguin will join 5 classic tokens: the Scotty Dog, Hat, Race Car, Cat, and Battleship. The boot, wheelbarrow, and thimble tokens were all given the boot. The new version of Monopoly is set to hit stores this fall. I'm glad to hear that a hashtag didn't make it. That was, I think, one of the options. So I'm glad that we stuck a little bit more with the classics there. We'll be right back.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.